So if you have to create different types of screens for a mobile application and you have to link them together, how you will do it? So that is what I'm going to tell you now. So we have something called Screen Manager, which manages all our screens, right? Screen Manager, and that is how you need to write it. Right now, inside this Screen Manager, whatever screens you want to define for your application, you can put their names. For example, if you want to define, let's say, you want to have two screens for your application, one with name menu screen and the other with name profile screen. So you can simply put the names of the screens like this, right? And then you can define the code for the first screen. Let's say, let's take menu screen into consideration first. So let's say you want to put a name over it, and let's say it is menu, and then you want to define a button on that screen. Let's say it's a MD rectangular flat button. Okay, so MD rectangular flat button. And I hope the spelling is correct here. We have a mistake. Yeah. And then I want to see a text getting reflected on that, on this button, which should say profile. Okay, and then I would like to just position it on the screen. So I would like to see it getting reflected right in the center of the screen. For that, we can simply do center underscore x, and then let's pass 0.5, and again we can simply copy it and paste it over here. Let's just change it to what happened to this center y 0.5. Okay, perfectly fine. Here I need to put the apostrophe here, not here. This is an error. Perfectly fine. So I've positioned it also. Okay, done with defining the code for the first screen. Now, similarly, we can create the second screen. Now, there is a mistake here in this code. And the mistake is that we need to enclose this menu screen inside tags. You know the tags we use in HTML, if you remember? We use
Yes.
these crocodile signs, right? So we need to make it
Yes.
a tag. Otherwise, the interpreter will not read it properly. Okay, it will show an error. So this is how you need to define the name of any screen. Then we can just copy it, and let's use the same code for the second screen, which is our profile screen. Profile screen coming now. Let's just change it to profile, and here also we're going okay, instead of using a rectangular flat button, let's use an MD label over here, MD label. And what should be there as a text? So I would like to say, welcome Gaurav, your app. Okay, and let's just align it. So for text, if you remember, we use H align, right? H align
Yes.
center. I would like to see it in the center. Now what we can do, we can, if we'll run the application, so let's see what's going to happen. So see, it says unknown class menu screen. Why is it saying unknown class menu screen? Okay, maybe because we haven't defined the class for it. We need to define the
Yes.
class for these, right?
Yes.
Class menu screen. Okay, and here we need to pass screen as a parameter, right? And we can simply write
Yes,
here
sir.
pass. I hope you know about
Wow.
pass.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. So similarly, we can do the same thing for our profile screen also. Profile screen, and then we have written pass here. It's time to call, it's time to call the screen manager and add these two classes to that screen manager. So we can just write this thing. We can create an object for the screen manager like this, and then we can use the function called add widget. Right. So the first screen I would like to add is the menu screen. So I'm copying it from here, I'm putting it here, and let's just pass also to it. So it's going to be menu. Similarly, we can do for the So this is perfectly fine. I need to paste it inside it, right? And then we can just copy it and use it for the second screen, which is our profile screen. And here I don't want to see this menu. I would like to use profile. So what is this doing? This name is going to tell the interpreter that this profile screen is this one which the user has created is inside the load string. Okay, so this is how
Yes, sir.
we can relate this code we have defined inside these triple inverted commas with the code we have defined outside it. Okay, let me just run the code and check the output. So it is showing us error. Why is this error coming? Screen manager. Why is it not able to recognize it? Screen manager. I haven't imported it. That is the reason I need to import it. So from there is this UIX, and I think it is there in Screen Manager only. So we
Yes, sir.
have this class called Screen Manager. Inside this, we can find Screen Manager. Let's run the code. Okay, so here we have the profile screen. If I'm clicking on this profile screen, nothing is happening. Right. What we have to do, we have to define a code which we can link the screens together. Right now, we are only able to see the profile screen. The menu screen is not visible to us. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What can we do to link the screens? Can you tell me that? What can we do to link the screens? We can define a function, of course, right? So just below this menu screen, we can write if we can use on press, right? And here we can use root. There is something called root manager. So this is the way you can access the root manager. So root manager dot current, and here we can use this name of the screen, putting it here. Okay, I think I have. So here we have this menu, inside menu, we have this profile, then we have this profile screen. We have this profile here, and then we have this MD label and all. Let me just check the code, whether it is going to give us the correct output or not. So see, we have successfully connected the screens. So if I am clicking this profile button, it is redirected me to the second screen. Let me just share the code with you so that you can also check it at your end here. Here is the code in the chat box. Just copy it and check whether you're getting the correct output or not. Output, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do one thing. See, what I'm getting is this. So if I'm clicking here on this button, I'm able to get myself redirected on the second screen. But if I want to go back,
Yes.
how will I do it? Till the time I will define a function or a code with the help of which I can link this second screen with the first one, I'll not be able to go back on the first screen. So for how can we go back on the first screen, or what code can we use for going back on the first screen? So we can use this one, and on the second screen, besides a label, I would like to have a button also. Okay, and let's just name it as back. It is going to be a back button. Okay, and then let me just change its position, because in the center we are going to have this text. We'll have to change the position of this button. Let's make it 0.2. Fine, and here we have root.manager.current. Now for linking it to this menu screen, we can use this name. Okay, that's the that is how you can link this profile screen with the menu screen. Now let me just run the code and show you the output. So if I'll click here on profile, it is going to redirect me on this one, and if I'll click on back, see, I've been redirected to the first screen. So this is how I can navigate between the screens. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just pass the code to you also so that you can also try at your end. Now, using this, now you can create as many screens as you want. Suppose you want to add another screen to your code or to your mobile application. Let's say it's an upload screen. So you can simply put the name here, and then you can copy, one of the screens code, and you can simply put it like this. And here you can change it to upload screen. Sorry, what am I doing? Upload screen. Okay. And what else do we need to do? Can you tell me that, dear? What else do we need to change? We need to change the name first, right? Because this is what will help us in
Yes.
connecting our screen with the other screens. Let's just change the text also. So for this, we are going to write, let's upload the data, or let's make it upload the data. Right. Okay. And then alignment should be center. This is perfectly fine. Rectangular button, and text should be chalo. Let's take it as back. And here we are going to connect it with the menu screen. So this is also perfectly fine. Now the only thing which is required is this code, right? We need to create a class also for the upload screens. Let's just change it to load. And here we have to just copy it and add it to the widget. So it's going to be load. Here also we need to change it to what? Upload, right? Let's save the changes and run the code and check the output. So here we're getting an error. Why is it so? It's because here we have this upload. This is perfectly fine. Why are we getting this error then? Okay, the name of the upload